Now this is part 2 of the continuation of this revision video. If you never watched the part 1, watch the part 1. Okay, so in question 14, each point on a supply curve represents what? Now if you look at the supply curve, it basically looks like this. So a supply curve is positive, so it looks like a tick like this. So basically what each point represents. So this represents the price, the Y, and the quantity. So when you look at supply curve, what does it represent? So basically, if the price of a product goes up, the producers will produce more quantity of the product. Because think about it, if you're a business, if for some reason the price goes up, so price of chocolate gets from 10 Rand to 20 Rand, you're going to produce more chocolate because you can get more profit, right? So it makes sense. So looking at this, I'll ignore the highest price, and I'll look at the lowest price, right? Also, I won't look at buyers because this is the supply curve. So already all the 4 over here is gone. So, instinctively, the last one is my correct answer. The lowest price for which a supplier can profitably sell another unit. Because think about it, right? At just say in this point over here, whatever the price is, let's say 10 Rand. At 10 Rand, the producer will basically sell 20 products. So it gives the minimum amount of products a seller is willing to sell for that price. The minimum, okay, the minimum. So lowest price for which supply can sell another unit is perfect, because at that price a supplier is willing to sell that unit because he's making profit, right? He wouldn't be selling there without making profit. So that's the correct answer. Now looking at question number 15, okay. So which of the following mentioned below would not cause a supply curve to shift? Now this shift over here is from S1 to S2, so it's like a negative, right? A shift. So basically the shift decreased, whatever decreased. Okay. So what causes the demand curve to decrease? Now because this was a shift of demand, I will ignore the price. Because if price decreases, it'll move along this. So if it was from D, it'll move to B because price decrease. But because of the whole shift, it's not going to be price, right? Price don't cause a shift. Remember, always in economics. So I'll ignore number 1. I'll ignore number 1, 2, and 3. But this I can look. Okay, so let's see. So which of the below mentioned will not cause a supply curve to move? I would say this, because think about it. If the future price of a good decreases, so let's say you're a business and chocolate in 2 weeks time will decrease, right? So from 10 Rand it'll go to 5 Rand. At this point right now, you're going to produce more products because you're going to maximize your profit. Because if you sell your products now, you're going to sell it at 10 Rand and you're going to make profit. But next week, price is 5 Rand. So you're going to make less profit. So now you're going to basically want to make more profit. So you will increase demand. So your demand will go from here and go like that. So for this case, it will not go like this. The demand won't decrease. So which of the following would not cause supply curve to shift from that to that? It will be this. Okay? Because this will cause demand curve to increase. So it'll be over here. So that's the correct answer. Okay, so looking at this question over here. In the figure D3 is original demand curve and the population falls, which price and quantity might result in. Okay, so if the population falls, right, there's going to be a decrease, right? So U over here by C. D3. So let's see, okay, so D3. So if the population falls, the demand of some products will fall. Because think about it. If in a city you have 100 people and then suddenly you have 10 people, less people will purchase your products, your quantity will decrease. But where will this curve be? Okay, will it be C, A, or B? Think about it. It'll be A, right? It'll always shift to the middle. So point of A. So if it shifts down, it won't go right down first. It'll hit A first, the middle. Okay, so it'll be the middle, which is A, the equilibrium. Okay, so now this question sometimes freaks people out, but it's very simple, right? So basically, if you create an equation for the supply of demand curve, and then the supply of the demand of supply curve, it'll basically be this. Now you want the equilibrium price, so you want P, but the problem is you can't get P just like that, because these are different equations and we do not have numbers that we can substitute in it yet. So to do this, think about it. P is equals to this, P is equals to this. So take 2036 minus 5Q and equate it to 400 plus 2Q. And I want you to just do that, right? So 2036 minus 5Q is equals to 400 plus 2Q. Put that in your calculator and solve for Q. You will get Q to be 233.71. Okay, so Q, you got 233.71, but you don't want Q, you want the price, you want this. So that Q which you got is 233.71, put it in any one of this equation where you got Q. Okay, so let's put it over here. Put Q as 233.71. So that will be P is equal to 236 minus 5 times 233.71. And then you get P. And you'll see you'll get P to be 867.45. So this is the final answer. So it's like simultaneous equations. Equate this, and then once you get the answer, substitute it in if you want the price. Okay, so this you're doing the opposite. Basically, if the price, okay, so to do this, I will basically put, I'll show you. Okay, so the elasticity is equals to, so straight away put equals to 5. So, firstly, the formula of the price of elasticity or something is change in quantity over change in price. So change in quantity, we don't have, so that's X, over change of price, which is 10, is equals to 5. So that will be X over 10 is equals to 5. So X over 10 is equals to 5. Now to get X, you say X is equals to 10 times 5, which is 50. So therefore X is equals to 50. So let's see, we got an answer. Yeah, perfect, 50%. So that's the answer. And let's see this answer. Okay, so now you need to work over here. What's the demand? Basically the elasticity of demand. So the formula goes the change in quantity over the change in price. So what I want you to do is this. Look at the change in quantity. The change in quantity, it goes from 10,000 to, let's see, 4,000. So that change is minus 6,000. So what I want you to do is to create two fractions and divide both fractions. So create a fraction there, and you basically do a division sign. So I told you, what is the change? Change in quantity, it's minus 6,000. So put minus 6,000 over here. So minus 6,000 over the average change. So to work at the average change, I want you to say 10,000 plus 4,000. That is 14,000. That divided by 2, 7,000, because average is divided by 2, 7,000. And then similarly do it for the other one. So now we were working with the change in price. So the change in price, let's see, 150, 253, so it's 2 rand. So it's 2 rand over 350 plus 150 divided by 2. That is 2 rand 50. Is it? Wait, 3 rand 50 plus 1 rand 50. That is 5 rand. 5 rand divided by 2 is 2 rand 50. So it's 2 rand over 2 rand 50. So 2 rand over 2 rand 50. And work this answer out. Once you work this out, you'll get a final answer of minus 1.07. So now let's go to our options. And there we go. We got minus 1.07. So that's the answer of that. Alright, so let's see the next question. Okay, so firstly, what's the rent ceiling? rent ceiling is the minimum amount basically that a tenant can charge for rent. Okay, so basically you're a person who rents a house, and basically a rent ceiling is like when government makes a law that basically you can charge rent for your customer. It must be basically be the maximum amount, so like 15,000. So no matter what, you can't receive rent of more than 15,000. You can't like put your rent at more than 15,000 for that person. So think about the equilibrium, right? So when you think of supply and demand, they both like intersect and you get an equilibrium. So as soon as you get equilibrium, think of demand and supply, both graphs on the same axis. So it looks like this. So demand goes like this, and then supply goes like this, and in the middle you get equilibrium. So this is what like the market is at, what the customer price wants and what the buyer wants. So it's perfect. So everyone is happy over there. Everyone is very happy. But now if the rent ceiling is below the equilibrium, so it's over here, this means that all the prices over here is now legal, but all the price above is illegal. Because if the price ceiling is here, this means you can only charge rent up to here. This is the maximum. But now everyone is charging rent over here. So this will destroy everything over here, because your tenants will say, people who rent your property, listen here, the government said you can only, we can only pay you over here. So now the whole thing is going to be destroyed, right? So now if you look at the answer, it has a very powerful effect on the market. So that's correct. Now this is the opposite, right? Which of the following, if the rent ceiling is above equilibrium, so let's see if we put it above equilibrium. Okay, so now this was below, so let's see if we're above there. So if it's above equilibrium, it doesn't affect it, because if what you're receiving for rent now, this is fine, so everyone is happy. So all this now is legal, and above this is illegal. But now you're illegal. If the market equilibrium is over here in the middle and the price ceiling is above, you are basically in the legal portion. So there is no change. So you can have the equilibrium market ceiling here, it won't affect anything. So if you go to the answer, this will be has no effects. So I won't even look at other ones, because you answer is has no effects. So whatever answer says no effects, that's the correct answer. So let's see if everything that we did was correct. Now remember, in economics, you just have to know the concepts, because it's multiple choice. So, okay, so I got one wrong. So let's see where I got that one wrong. Maybe a stupid mistake or system error. No, just kidding, not a system error. I probably got something wrong. Okay, so all these were right. But, okay, wait, all these are right. Okay, so, oh no, wait, here's the deal. The following is normative statement. Okay, so this is wrong. So now, let's see. So yeah, I genuinely do not know why, because this is the right answer. Because I did this quiz before and I got this previously wrong, because I put this, then I put this, and then it says correct, but now it's saying it's wrong. So I have no idea. But in the exam, it'll be more straightforward. This, I don't know, maybe it's a mixed up or something, but yeah, I'm sure it's this, because normative cannot be tested. Okay, or you can just give me some advice. Alright, so yeah, all that they said was right besides this one. Okay, so that's the eco revision.